Oak Cliff especially had this feel. There was a lot of live music, and they were doing it in homes, but they kind of stopped for a bit, and I miss that feeling. I miss the feeling of like people hanging out together. That's not in a bar or a venue, and it's a little bit more intimate. And so I wanted to do something for the people. So I started this thing called, Oak Cliff House Shows.
Welcome to the Hidden City Podcast. I'm Grant.
And I'm Doug, and we're here to share some of the incredible stories and people from Oak Cliff that you might not know.
We're going to sit down with some of the visionaries, craftsmen, and business owners who have shaped Oak Cliff into what it is today.
Oak Cliff is on the south bank of the Trinity River, a few miles south of downtown Dallas. While technically it was part of Dallas, it was its own city for a long time, and it still has that independent spirit.
We'll dive into the history and the spirit of this place, exploring the different challenges and successes that defined it.
This is The Hidden City, a podcast about the people and the stories that make Oak Cliff extraordinary. Welcome to this episode of the Hidden City Podcast. Today we have a new friend, River Jude, who's a musician here in Oak Cliff. River, thanks for being on the show, man. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for joining us, man. We were just hearing, you said you were in and out of recording, made a little time this week to talk to us, so I appreciate you coming over.
Yeah, no, this is exciting. These kind of things are really fun for me, so I'm really honored and happy to be here.
Man, that's awesome. Well, before the show, we were talking a little bit, just kind of wondering how you got into Oak Cliff. You live here in Oak Cliff, but I know your roots are Brazilian, and then you kind of were in Miami for a while too. So give us a little bit of how you landed here and where you're from.
So actually, 16 years ago, I came out here to study theology.
No way.
Yeah, and I met a bunch of people and made good friends, and Oak Cliff is a spot that always stood out to me. So I moved back home, but my heart was always here.
Nice.
So I decided, you know what, I want to pursue music, but I want to do it over there. There's something special about this place. So I came back over here. I didn't live in Oak Cliff yet, but for 8 years I was trying to move over here, but I couldn't find a spot. And I finally got a spot like a little less than a year ago. So I'm like right near the Kessler area. It's like walking distance from Wayward, which is one of the best coffee shops out here, you know.
That's a
pretty good spot right there.
It's a good block.
If you're on that block, you're doing all right. It's a good place. Mm-hmm. That's cool. So you came out to study theology, and then did you move back to Miami?
I moved back to Miami. Okay. I did ministry for like 6 years.
Okay. Oh, nice, cool. Man.
Yeah. I was taking
Dude, we're big fans of theology. So
yeah. Dad's a pastor.
Oh, no way.
I was pastoring for a bit, worship leading, but actually I had a huge fallout.
Yeah.
And
that happens.
Yeah, it does. It happens a lot.
That's a big story.
And then I, was like, I just want to write music, and I don't feel right doing it in Miami.
Yeah.
And I moved back over here.
Nice,
I made
man.
some cool friends, and I met Ish, out here.
Dude, yes. We got to get into talk about the record label in a second, but keep us going on this. We'll jump on that in a sec. But yeah, okay. So you met him and you started recording, or?
Well, I was like 6 months in.
Okay.
I was living in the Cedars.
Yeah.
And do you remember Opening Bell?
Like, of course. I lived at Southside Lamar.
Oh, okay,
and,
right on.
Would pop down there for shows.
They did I think they still do like an open mic.
Yeah.
They did it Tuesday nights at the time, and I had my guitar ready. It was late, and I was like, I don't know if I want to go. Like, I don't feel right. So last minute, grabbed my guitar, called an Uber, went over, and I was able to make it last on the list.
Nice.
And there was a few people there, but there was one dude sitting all the way in the back on his laptop. And as I'm leaving, he stops me and he's like, "Hey, you sounded really good, man. Do you want to grab some coffee and talk about maybe like recording music?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I think like a few days later, we met up at a Cafe Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And
that's fitting.
Yeah, right. And then 3 months later, we released my first single ever.
Cool.
And that was awesome. 8 or 9 years ago.
Okay.
Wow. And now like we're still working together. And
Man, that's
I think if
awesome.
it wasn't for Ish, I don't think I'd still be doing this. So
Nice, man. That's awesome.
And you happen to get that last slot. It's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, yeah, it felt kind of divine. I told Ish today.
No kidding, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think like there are no accidents. Like things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Well, man, I know we'll get into a lot of things on the show, but your name's been popping up a lot in the neighborhood, and
Really?
even this last weekend, we heard about these house shows.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I think it came to our attention a little bit too. I know Savannah, who works with us, has talked about you as well. But tell us a little about these neighborhood like shows that are going on.
Okay.
What's happening?
So, back in the day, when I say back in the day, I'm like when I first moved out here, even like 2 years before when I used to come out and visit, Oak Cliff especially had this feel. There was a lot of live music, and they were doing it in homes, but they kind of stopped for a bit, and I miss that feeling. I miss the feeling of like people hanging out together. That's not in a bar or a venue, and it's a little bit more intimate. And so I wanted to do something for the people. So I started this thing called, Oak Cliff House Shows, where I can give other artists a platform to be heard. And we just added DJs, and Manhattan Project Beer Company. You guys know them?
Yeah,
definitely.
Carl is like incredible.
Nice.
He's been one of our biggest supporters.
That's cool.
And he always sponsors it. He brings the sound. He brings the beers.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
good job, Carl.
Carl's
No
great.
doubt. Shout out to him.
So we did a prototype show at my place in November.
Okay.
And I didn't know it was going to be like so successful.
Yeah.
Right. So we had like 30 people in there. And 30 people in a small home.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
So a little tight,
yeah. So one of the girls that came out to see us, she offered up her home for January.
This is Emily, right? Is this
Emily, dude,
okay?
yeah.
So
Wait, what? How do you know the story
right?
already?
Emily, Cortez, is that her last
think
name?
so.
Yeah. You know Emily. Yeah,
Yeah, of course, Emily.
Yeah. No, this was all the things on social this last weekend.
Really?
Right?
I had no idea.
Man.
I play the shows and I stay away from
man.
social media
Everyone's
just because I get
posting about
overwhelmed.
it. Yeah. I was at David Street Coffee and someone. I didn't go to the show, but because young kids and whatever. But Andrew Franklin was like, "Oh, I was at this house show," and I was like,
Andrew?
Right. Yeah,
Dude, that's my pastor.
Oh, no way!
He lives like right down the street. Well, I
That's
started going to
awesome.
church again because of him.
Let's go!
Yeah, that's pretty
Way
sweet.
to go, Andrew.
Yeah.
He was. They were at David Street.
Yeah,
he
he
was like,
pulled
"I
up,
thought-
man.
Yeah,
He
good.
pulled up, had a good time. He actually invited me to play in his soccer team, so
There
I
you
got
go.
my first soccer game tomorrow.
There you go. There you
It's
go.
awesome.
Good job, Andrew.
Yeah, he's
So wait, rewind it. So
Yeah.
first show, Emily comes the first show.
Yeah,
And then
she
she's like, hey,
came
let me
out. I think Lucas,
host the next one. Lucas Reeder was there. Okay.
Lucas Reeder.
Yep.
He
Love it.
plays bass with us.
Yeah,
one of
cool.
our best friends and brothers. He invited her. She came out and she loved the idea.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Had us out and dude, we turned her house into a party.
A venue.
Dude,
Yeah, that was
it
it.
was shoulder to shoulder. I was
Yeah.
not expecting that.
Yeah.
That's super fun.
I think
Yeah.
there was like over 50 people there.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
we had so much fun.
That's
we had so
awesome.
much fun. Kelvin Thomas, who's under Alma Row Records.
Yeah.
Is he really
performed.
okay?
Yeah,
I didn't
Kelvin's
realize that.
played-
Kelvin, we've gotten to know
Yeah.
decently well. He's played over at the brewery down here.
Yeah,
We
Kelvin's-
run Oak Cliff Brewery and Kelvin. So we love Manhattan, but the Oak Cliff wants to be involved in some way.
Okay.
But Kelvin's done a lot of shows for us.
Super
too. He's
talented
been-
dude.
Man, he's been awesome.
He's one of the first
Yeah.
people I met out here too with,
Really?
with Ish.
Oh, okay.
And,
Nice.
He's one of my best friends.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. Good
Do
stuff.
you know Dorian Marsh by chance?
Have you guys
Okay.
met? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
that's
should,
another
that'd be
one.
another good connection.
Yeah,
There's
everybody
such,
knows him.
such
Yeah.
good talent here in Oak
Yeah,
Cliff.
dude, there's a
down
lot of
for it.
community.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
But anyways, okay, so you're here. There's 50 people in the house?
There was at least like 50 people, like, and
Nice.
more showed up at the end.
Yes,
like,
dude.
and I wanted to make something kind of like hybrid where it's like live music, but then you got a DJ and you can dance afterwards. And it
good.
was a dance party afterwards.
Nice.
It was
That's fun.
Everyone was respectful and clean, and they loved it. And the best part was, I'd just be standing there. And I always get really nervous before, I perform, but hearing people laugh,
Yeah.
seeing them smile, and that's, one person from the first show said, hey, I met my best friend at the house show, and I'm like,
dude,
that's all I want to hear, dude. Like,
Makes that all worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's good for me. It gets me out of myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm always in here.
Yeah.
You know? So this has been really fun and exciting. You know, obviously I want to build like a fan base.
Yeah.
You know, I want my music to be heard, but I don't know. I want to bring something new to the neighborhood. I want to contribute. So
I feel like you are, man. And I also feel like it's like needed. And Grant and I have started, you know, this co-working space too, which feels very like relational community. It's like real people, and I feel like within music, I'm sure it's always like, okay, streaming this and in one ear and out the other kind of thing. But this feels like an ability for you to be like, no, there's like real people here,
no,
and we're in a building.
Approach.
Yeah, we're in a building. We're listening to music. You're meeting your friends. You're like neighborhood focused. I feel like that's
I want
pretty.
it to be more personal. You know, I can't like. I try to do like I'm not good at social media and like posting pictures of me and saying, hey, this is me. It feels weird to me. Posting a picture.
Feels weird to me too.
It is weird.
You know,
yeah. It's a weird part of modern life, isn't it?
I know, and it's like you kind of got to do it, you know. But I'm like, you know what?
Maybe you can do a lot of house shows.
Let me just focus on Oak Cliff and see what I can give to, you know, this town that has given me so much and has blessed me so much, and I just want to, you know, give back and like I said, create something new, maybe inspire other artists who are kind of like, you know, wanting to give up. And like the same, you know, thing Ish did for me. He's like, nah, bro, like don't give up, man. Just keep going.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And I want to be able to, you know, give that to other artists and creatives as well, and just people in general. Even if you don't do art, like, dude, just like go after your dreams.
Yeah,
you
be there together.
You got one life.
Yeah, just go do it. Yeah.
You know.
And the house show too is such a distinct experience. I feel like, and I'm sure we all have memories of like. I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to see one of these.
Grant's like, how do I host one?
Yeah, let's go. My house is kind of tiny. I don't know if we want to do all that, but what is it? What is it about a house show? It's just like fun walking through a house, hearing live music. It just feels like an interesting and cool
like a
space for music.
Cozy, like it's you would never expect a band set up in your living room. It's so odd, and I can imagine like the next day, like you're thinking about the night before, and you're like, there was a whole band here. Like,
just like
music.
You know,
was a
spread some
DJ.
butter on your toast or something. You're like,
It's so much fun, man.
It feels local.
I think
feel
the
like
last last house show, I got to give a shout out to Savannah and Going Places.
Oh
I think the last house show I went to was they were playing in the backyard, and it's so fun because you're right. It's like, why you put a band or like a group in a house setting, it kind of doesn't really match.
Yeah.
But then it's this like magical experience of people just hanging out, and it feels very kind of underground. But
we're all at the same level. We're not on a stage. Like it's, and then we can talk to everybody afterwards and hang out, laugh, have fun. You know, it's
collaborative.
I forget that like I'm the artist. I just like like everyone else, just trying to have a good time.
That's cool.
Man, well, tell us about your project, Super Moody.
Moody, man. Super Moody was an EP I released in 2024. Yeah, and it was supposed to be a series. Actually, it was going to be an album, but I keep changing things, you know. So Super Moody was just that. It was that EP. It was that EP.
Nice,
you know. Nice. But it became kind of like a brand. Yeah. Because Super Moody is like a feel. And I know some people will look at it and think like, oh, that's just, you're a sad boy. You know, and that's cool too, because I am kind of a sad boy, you know? But I am very grateful and joyful, and I love life.
You're not just a sad boy.
Yeah. But Super Moody it's about a feel.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like it can be a sunset, how you feel like looking at the sunset, or it can be sad, it can be happy. It's just the mood. You know?
Moody, I feel like, and when I think about it too, it can be deep. Like it can be. It's not always just like negative.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Exactly.
So
and I kind of let people, because sometimes I'll do things and put things out, and I don't really understand it, and then people will have their own view and their take on it, and it inspires me, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, you know. And also, like, Ishmael's last name is Moody, so it's kind of like
cool,
homage
nice
to him as well.
That's
You
cool.
know,
I love
So,
that. Talk to us about your writing process. How do you go about making your music?
Man, well, like musically, like I usually start off with a beat,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but now I everything is about a feeling for me. It's like, how do I want to feel when I sing this? Or how do I want people to feel when they hear this? You know, so I'll think, you know, so like one of our songs, She's Gone. I'm a huge fan of the 80s sound.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and I wanted something where it felt like I was driving in a red convertible down the coast.
Awesome.
You know,
that
even if
feeling.
you're kind of sad and delusional,
Yeah.
you know, with these lyrics. But it's more about a feeling. That's really all it is. And it changes, you know. Sometimes I write the lyrics first, or I have a song I wrote like 5 years ago. But really, it's just like it's just about the feeling. That's it.
Nice.
Super cool.
Yeah.
There's a lyric, I'm gonna have to read it, but it hit me, and I think you push it on. There's some merch too with it, but I'm gonna read it real quick. From I'm Not Complaining.
Oh, okay.
It's slow things down, open up my eyes. It took me so long to finally realize that I'm not here for so long. I'm just passing by.
That's cool that you mentioned that. You're the first person. I was like, I wonder if anybody's ever gonna acknowledge that. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I thought it was
tattooed.
Did
I'm
you?
just passing by on my arm.
Okay.
It's actually a very biblical.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
it
like-
stood out to me. So give me some of that.
So life. I've always been such an anxious and you know, dealt with a lot of depression growing up, and everything has been so much felt so much pressure to be somebody.
Yeah.
And I could never be present.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really just me realizing, like, dude, you gotta slow it down, take a deep breath, and like just live in the now. Don't focus on what happened in the past, because I do that. I dwell in the past a lot, and it kind of messes me up, and then I worry about the future. Simple things like the bills, or you know, whatever. But it's just that, you know, I'm just passing by. Is that life is like a vapor?
Yeah,
right? That's what the
right.
Bible says.
Ecclesiastes or whatever.
And, you know, to chase your dreams, do the things you love, spend time with people, because it's really like what's most important to me. It's more than anything. It's people. It's relationship.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what keeps me.
Yeah.
Going.
Yeah.
You know, so
it stood out to me, those lyrics. Just, I think there's truth behind what those lyrics are representing and what you're saying. And so that like stopped me. But then also, what was it? Last week I was talking, who's the woman who was in Home Alone, who just died?
Catherine,
she was
O'Hara?
71.
O'Hara.
Yeah, 71 years old.
Yeah, dude.
And I just turned 38, and I was like, oh my gosh, 38, 71.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, that's
it's
not
like we
that.
don't have much
I know,
time.
I know,
Like, it
and
kinda
that
feels
sounds
that way. You
well,
know?
and it was just like, it's, I think about our parents. I think about like all this stuff, and you're like, oh, there's we're not promised like
Nah, dude.
tomorrow.
yeah,
you know, it's like
no, we're not promised any of that. And not to get all moody, dude,
No, dude,
but
Moody's
like,
good,
I
though.
know
We need
Moody's
to get
good.
more
Moody's
Moody,
good.
man.
But no, it's
that can be a very freeing thought, because it does take the pressure off of like, I have one shot at this, or I've got like,
it's got to be
you
perfect.
can put it's got to be perfect. When in reality, it's like it's vapor. It's quick,
Yeah.
and
it's-
everybody's experience is
Yeah.
quick, and that's okay.
It kind of
And nothing
removes
is perfect.
anxiety a little bit. Like
Yeah.
for me, like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
takes away the anxiety, like, you know, and the pressure. Like, dude, we're just here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, quit stressing.
Mm,
Quit worrying
yeah.
about this. Quit worrying about what you think people's perceptions of you are. Like, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
You know, just be you. Do your best. Like,
I think there's a couple of sides to that, because it is like, time is limited, and I think it's good to be realistic about some of that too, where you're just like, all right, like this isn't going to go on forever.
Yeah.
And so like maybe I will try to make this album, or maybe I will try to do this
You know,
thing, or
yeah,
whatever. Like,
focus, drive.
yeah,
Where are you going to put your focus on?
yeah,
You know,
I think there's
like-
some of that, but then there's also that part that like washes away some of those anxieties, where you're just like, oh, you know, I will was telling Kelsey this. There'll be to-do lists till I'm dead.
Yeah,
It's
and after you're dead. That's right.
And I was like, there'll be emails and whatever. That's just not gonna be. It's gonna be there for the rest of our lives. And so there's a part that's like, well, what's more important? Like spending some time together doing this thing, or
in the relationships, like you guys are both saying, that's what's important, because
straight up.
You're right. I mean, like that time goes, and then it's gone, and there's no getting it back. So
that's it, man.
And I think what you were saying earlier about, you know, how you feel nervous sometimes before a show or something.
Yeah.
And then you see people, and it reminds you, like, draws you out of yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like we're always needing to get back to that moment of being drawn out of our own heads.
Mm-hmm. We think so much about ourselves.
We think we're the center of the universe, and that's just like a natural thing, man.
Yeah,
but
that's why their laughter was so important to me.
Yeah.
It kind of got me out of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this feels good. Like, you know, because you never know what somebody's going through on the inside.
Yeah.
Right.
You never know. They may be smiling on the outside, but like
for sure
hurting really bad on the inside. And to see people smile and laugh and like that, it kind of frees me a little bit. So,
good stuff, man.
Man, River, you feel so dedicated to making these like music moments and in recording. What drives you into music? Like what? I know you said you were doing that for a while professionally and other parts to it too. But like, have you always been drawn to create like this?
I fell in love with music when I was like 6 or 7.
Nice.
When I was watching MTV.
Yeah.
And I saw George Michael on TV, and he just looked so cool with his leather jacket and his ear.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be like him. And then I saw Michael Jackson, and then I saw Madonna and Elton John, and all these like 90s artists, and it just fully inspired me. And then I started a punk rock band when I was 16. And it got to a point where, to fast forward, you know, I do it, and I know this is going to sound a little morbid, but I do it because I feel like it's been keeping me alive.
Yeah.
It keeps me going.
Yeah.
And it gives me
hope. An outlet.
Yeah, because I feel like maybe I do have something good to give to the world, you know. Maybe I can, you know, do something right. So that's kind of,
dude, you're doing good,
really,
man. It's fun. You're bringing people together, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty
feels good for me, you know.
Good.
Because I'm a dude that's made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
have a lot of failures, you know.
Yeah.
So this feels really.
I think all three of us.
I was about to say that. Grant's about to turn the tables on me over here and just see like, oh well, you know who does have a lot? It's Doug.
No, man, that's true though.
Yeah,
like it's nice. I don't want to feel like I'm trying to like make up for every past mistake, you know.
Yeah.
And my brain will mess with me, like even now.
Sure.
You know, like, why are you doing this, River?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you've got natural gifts, man, and you're using them.
Yeah.
That's a place where you can, I think, find peace, purpose, all of those things where it's like, I was given some good gifts and I'm using them, and people are benefiting from it.
I would say too, like that life experience, at least in our ways, what we've seen, like that does give you a humility or a, I don't know, when you go through brokenness in some ways, like you can speak in a way to others that like someone who's, you know, quote unquote, never struggled or had things that things that have broken in their lives or whatever. Like it's harder for them to communicate to those types of people. And I feel like we tend to be friends with a lot of those people that are.
It feels like too much sometimes. I'm like, God, why couldn't you just put me in an office or something? Take this away. I don't want to be an artist anymore. This hurts, you know. But I'm really grateful that I get to do this because music has provided me an opportunity to leave my town and see so many places and meet so many faces and have so many new experiences. If I didn't decide to, like, you know, I wanted to pursue this thing, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you guys doing this. This is trippy for me, man. Like people actually want to talk to me and hear
absolutely.
me.
Absolutely,
cool.
Yeah, and I feel like Oak Cliff wants to hear that music and be part of that community. Like that's probably coming about with these shows. I'm sure people are like we were talking about, like how do we, like Emily, how do we do it in the next show, or how do like
Just pull up.
yeah, there
Well,
you
I
go.
think, yeah, I think people are hungry for it.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
That's good because I am, man. We are, like, we just want to. There's so much going on in the world. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're fine.
There is so much going on in this world today that is just so dark and so confusing and so evil. And I won't get into it because I don't like getting into politics. But like I wanted to just create a little escape. Even for me,
For
sure.
because I think about it all day. I'm like, what is the solution here? How do we fix this, God? Like, maybe we just, bring people together, listen to some music and dance a little bit and we can just stop thinking about that for a sec.
Yeah.
And feel like humans again.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. It's like getting the people around you together and being present locally. I think is a nice hedge against that anxiety of the
Overarching
world.
narratives and whatever.
Yeah, because there's so much darkness in the world, like you said. I don't think we were ever really meant to know everything that's going on in the world at the same time. I think that's like
I wish I would have never seen.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think our mind's just like probably not designed for Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But
Wow.
but that's where I think like getting back to
No, literally, we had a break earlier for something, and I opened up the phone, and it's like, oh, here's all the Epstein files, horrible things,
dude,
and you're
it's
just
like
like
million pages.
yeah, and I'm like, did I need that? Like, I don't. My mind's
dude.
not. Like,
we're all just like drunk on
It's
the
almost
latest
like it's a
Yeah.
distraction.
drama,
Yeah,
and it's hard not to look at
yeah,
it.
but like even
But did you need it? Yeah.
yeah,
No, of course not.
to your thing, yeah, no, I know, but to your thing, it's like oh, it's in your face, and it's like we're consuming this, and
Yeah.
man, how nice is it to listen to some music?
So that's why
that's
why I'm doing it. So
That's
we
it,
can
that's it, that's
maybe stop focusing on that for a bit and
Yeah.
focus on some
Nice.
good stuff.
Love it.
River, what are you working on now, man? Like I know you're doing these house shows, but are you recording? Are you putting together singles or albums, or what's happening?
Just singles. My dream is, I feel like if I ever release an album, I made it. Like that's it. That's what I've always wanted to do when I was since I was a kid. But we're just doing these singles.
Nice.
And the next one, we don't really have a name for it, but we just call it the Zelda song, because it's kind of what inspired me.
I love it.
Yeah, I've been playing
awesome.
Breath of the Wild.
Okay. There you go.
And I noticed.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, so in Zelda, there's this like unspoken romance between Link and Zelda, but they never. It's just he's just like her protector.
Yeah.
And I like that. So it's kind of a mystery, and I'm thinking like, what is Link? How does he feel? What is he going through?
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge Zelda fan. It's my favorite
Dude, that's
game ever.
awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I can vividly remember watching, because this is what the younger brother does. He watches the older brother play video games for like the
what
first
we
10
did.
years of his
That
life.
was
so.
Ocarina of Time, dude.
Dude,
I
that
watched
was
him play Ocarina of
the
Time.
best.
That was
Yeah.
amazing. That was my summers for a while there. It was,
dude,
just
so-
riding on a horse somewhere.
I still play, dude.
yeah.
But yeah,
really
it's
golden
kind of
years
that.
of
We'll
games.
change the name,
Yeah,
but that's what we're working on right now.
Oh, cool.
And we're just working on it right before we got here.
Nice.
And when we're done,
gonna go
we're
back.
gonna go back and keep working on it. And we don't have a release date yet, but we're thinking maybe for the next house show or something. We do want to release a new song every house show, which is like the
Cool.
last Friday of every month.
Man, that's
so
awesome.
a song a month, more if I could.
yeah.
But it's just
So what does working on it look like when you like go back, or you?
we're just
walk us into that.
recording it, mixing and mastering, and then setting a date and release it. It takes it's a process for it that Ish understands a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
technical side, you got to go through like distributors and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So that's
dude, you're getting work out there. That's awesome.
trying.
It's
Oh,
awesome.
that's sweet. And you were mentioning Ish, just Alma Row Records too. Tell us a little bit more about
That label.
how that works,
Well,
and
Ish is he's a hustler, dude.
Mhm.
Like he's a hard-working guy, and he's like, you know what? Let's start a record label, and I want you to be one of the artists. And I was like, me, really, dude? That's an honor. and we're still doing it.
That's
and
super
and
cool,
he's
yeah.
super dedicated, and he's got people that back him up. Like Carl is one of them.
Yeah,
And he fully
that's awesome.
believes in Ish's vision. He brought in Kelvin Thomas and some other artists, and it's kind of it. We don't.
You guys are making music.
Yeah,
man. It's
it's
awesome.
day by
It's
day
awesome.
for us.
That's
you know,
awesome.
we just have these little goals. I don't have these huge goals.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like these tiny little goals, and
Yeah.
if I accomplish that little goal, I feel good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about that the other
Some
day.
wisdom in that, for
oh,
sure.
for sure. Yeah. I
What
was.
were you thinking, Doug?
No, I was talking to the designer at 1517, the nonprofit we work for, and it's just like so many things were coming at me. I think I was telling you this too, Jason, but just things coming at me. But like, I got maybe an hour where it was just like, oh, I'm like locked in, just getting a couple of things off my list, and
Yeah.
it just feels so
best,
good.
right?
Yeah.
When you can get those little moments of like, hey, I
It's
got a
rare,
couple of those
but
things.
when it happens, you're like,
yeah,
It's a good feeling, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. I just started reading a book called Essentialism. You ever
Okay.
read this one?
I know the cover. I haven't read it. Black
Yeah.
and white with like all the
Yeah,
crazy
it's like a big
squigglies.
squiggly and then
yeah.
a straight line.
Yep,
and
I always love book recommendations.
Yeah.
so-
this one, it kind of speaks to what you guys were just talking about, where it's like there's always a million things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like hard to always know what's the next right thing I should be working on.
Mhm.
And so it's speaking to that process, and I haven't finished it, so I don't really have much else to tell you about it yet. But
What's the essential things?
yeah, it's like you can say yes to everything,
Yeah.
and then you're just gonna be stressed all the time.
Yeah.
If you like, and I think it goes back to your point, like you can have all these big, audacious goals, but man, that adds a lot of stress to your life. It's like the
Yeah.
smaller goals actually can
That's
be
it. Yeah,
really
and I
the
did
way
do
to think
that. I
about
had
that.
these big goals, and it
Mhm.
was so much pressure. And when you set these small goals, like it was like, man, I just want to do one house show and see what that's like.
Yes.
It's a small goal for like me, and just
Yeah.
get a few people together and see what happens. And and the next goal is, let's see if we can do another one.
That's a great
You
way
know,
of
I'm
thinking
not
about it. It's
thinking
very
like,
incremental.
Man, I want to play these big shows and do this. I that's so overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to go a little.
You have to go
Yeah,
incrementally
have
on
to.
that. Yeah.
So you said Fridays are once a month.
Yeah, it's
Every
like
Fridays is
we're-
kind of the
we're
pace
trying
for
we're
house
trying
shows.
to do the last Friday.
Okay,
Of,
cool.
every month, depending on like who's hosting as well. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll have to switch it to like the third Friday or
Yeah,
something. but
yeah.
The aim is last Friday of every month. And
Nice.
it's kind
Dude,
of
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, once a month. If I get too ahead of myself, yesterday I was like, Ish, what if we do 2? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
2 a month is too much.
Yeah.
We are thinking about doing one in Fort Worth.
Oh,
Mm,
fun.
Like just a Fort
nice.
Worth
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
show, but
Yeah.
just want to see what it's like a few months from now. Because
Yeah.
a friend from Fort Worth came out and he saw us. He's like, dude, this is what you're doing is so special. I'm
Yeah.
like, thanks, man. I was like, what if we did one in Fort Worth? He's like, bro.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he knows people out there.
Nice.
And they help
take
support
a
the
little
artists.
bit of
Yeah.
Oak Cliff out to Fort Worth.
Hey, man,
I
everyone
feel
needs a
this-
little bit of Oak Cliff.
That's it. That's
I
it.
will say too, Fort Worth and Oak Cliff both love not being Dallas.
I
so
know,
there's
I
some
know.
there's some synergy
Yeah.
there.
It's
Yeah,
the
there
heart
is.
and soul, man. This place it's just the people, dude. It feels sometimes like a movie for me, just especially where I grew up. I grew up in Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
It's different out there. Dude,
Yeah, it's a way different
So when I come
place.
out here, I was like, this is different. It's cozy. It feels like Pleasantville. I don't know if you've ever seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
a little bit,
yeah.
Like cool coffee shops and people helping each other out, supporting each other, and I'm like, that's exactly what we need, and that's exactly how we're all gonna thrive if we work together.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Outside of music, is there anything that feeds you that you enjoy, consume, that
Yeah.
like kind of feeds your creativity?
Play soccer, dude.
Soccer.
Yeah,
Dude.
I played semi-pro in my 20s.
Get out.
No
Cool,
way.
man.
Yeah. I mean, Brazilian's in my blood,
Yeah,
man. I was
yeah.
a midfielder.
Yeah.
I played some leagues out here. I haven't played one in 3 months, but I start another
Dude.
league at City Futsal.
Is that the
2 months.
downtown one?
That's the farmers
this-
market one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dude, that
yeah.
place looks awesome.
I've not
Yeah,
been there
yeah.
yet.
So
Andrew hooked you up
He
or
hooked
whatever.
me
Okay,
up, man.
okay,
He
there
put
you
me
go.
on the team, and
That's funny.
Jimena,
Okay.
who's been coming to our house shows.
Oh, nice.
Her, I think her dad owns City
Mm.
Futsal. So
Wow.
we'll see her out there.
Good,
and
good. That's cool.
Yeah, good friends. But I play soccer. I used to skate.
Cool.
Like I skateboarded. Like I was pursuing it as a career.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
I polish concrete, and I'm actually pretty
Dude, yes.
decent at
Tell
it.
us-
we were
tell
talking
us about that.
I need some help. yeah.
So
You said you started that when you were 12, right?
Well, yeah, I started working with my dad during the summers
Yeah.
when I was 12. You know, I just thought like, hey, I don't want to go to sleep. I was always
Yeah.
like a night owl.
Yeah.
And he took me to work with him. Eventually, he hired me. Like when I was 16, he'd pay me.
Cool.
But he taught me how to polish terrazzo. There's a lot of terrazzo floor in Miami because of like the whole like Art Deco thing,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know. And eventually, I moved out here, and I noticed there was more like concrete.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if I could do that. And I tried it. I butchered a lot of floors.
Yeah.
Like, I messed up a lot. I would be outside the job site crying. Like,
Oh,
"Ah,
man.
I'm done, dude. I lost so much money. But somehow I always found a way to like fix it, you know?
Yeah.
And now I just, you know, I color it. It's like an art form, and I
Yeah.
need to work with
Yeah.
my hands
Yeah.
because working in music and being an artist, you know, you get a little sentimental,
Yeah.
you know. But working with my hands, it feels really good. So, it's an art. We use a 1,200-pound concrete grinder. It's like
Yeah,
as tall
dude.
as me. And
Yeah.
we have these things that look like hockey pucks on the bottom, and they just, you know,
Like
it's
grinding.
kinda, just grinding the floor. It's kind of like sanding wood. It's like that same process, but just different material. You just kind of work your way up, you know, to a polished surface. And I didn't know you could polish concrete. It's a really weird industry, dude.
I've never
Like,
heard of it. Yeah,
it's
it's fascinating.
It was. I think I heard it was like discovered by accident in England.
Yeah.
You know, so somebody was like, "Let me try this," and they polished it up, and it looks like
Looks good.
Yeah. So
What does the end product normally look like? What's the kind of pretty
it
shiny, or is it?
yeah, it depends what the
Yeah.
what the client wants.
Yeah.
But we usually go with like you know, they want a polished. It looks like without any like anything topical or
Mhm,
sealer,
mhm.
it looks like shiny marble.
That's
It's
fascinating.
really
yeah.
like it's trippy, dude. It's
Yeah,
like
that is-
magic, you know.
Yeah, it's cool.
But you know, I was a barista first,
Nice.
and
Nice.
I got fired. That was the only job I ever got fired from. Yeah.
Hey, we all gotta get fired at least
Yeah.
once.
So I was like, yeah, I want to do my own thing. My dad has always done his own thing, and I thought maybe if I do my own thing, I'll have more time to do the things I love. But it's totally opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're working like
Oh,
10
yeah.
times harder,
Yeah.
and you're way more stressed. But I've learned so much doing floors and owning a small business has taught me a lot about myself. And I've been able to incorporate some lessons from there into the art, into the music.
That's cool.
You know, like the business side of it. Like Ish is really good with the business side of it. I'm terrible.
Yeah, yeah,
And
focus
he's
on
teaching
that.
me.
Yeah,
Like, you
Yeah.
know, yeah. Oh, that's kind of is. Polish concrete,
Dude, that's
bro.
awesome. That's
Random,
what you
random
do.
as heck,
No,
but
that's
yeah.
awesome. Music and concrete.
Uh-huh.
That's also why when we were walking in here in the Wax Space podcast studio, you're like, look at
Yeah,
these
dude, I
floors.
look at the
You're
floors,
like,
dude.
this floor, this
Judging,
concrete.
dude.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Colin Martin for
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
putting
Yeah,
those in.
man. Cork floors.
Yeah.
So before we go, we want to play a little of your music, and I think we're gonna play the song "She's Gone." Can you tell us a little bit about that song and
Dude,
the lyrics behind it?
She's gone, man. Yeah, that's. Just pick up the phone, see if I'm. Dude, it's about a man that's just delusional. You know, like it's
There we
a
go.
man like chasing after, you know, something he loves so much, but he's continues to get rejected by that. You know, so at this point, he's just a delusional dude. So that's all it is. Like,
That's the
crazy.
feeling behind it. Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So that's it.
I love it. I love it. Well, enjoy "She's Gone" by River Jude.
Just pick up the phone, see if I'm alone. Ooh, baby, can you talk right now? Wait a little longer, feelings getting strong. Damn, she's gone. She's gone.
great song. That was awesome. Besides the house shows, the last Friday of every month, what are some ways people can follow you and like listen to your stuff and kind of be a part of the journey?
I just River Jude Official on all social media platforms. You can find me on like streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple. I'm not like the best at like posting, but I'll post about shows and events and things happening. And maybe what I'm eating for breakfast. Or something. Some eggs from Davis Street.
Let's go. Dude, those eggs are the best.
Shout out, dude.
Shout out the soft-boiled egg.
Honestly, everything from that place.
I know.
Top nine.
Yeah,
dude, my kids
chocolate
just down
brioche,
those
dude.
eggs.
Oh,
yeah.
Fire.
Making me want to go there right now.
Yeah, we all get a little afternoon espresso over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, we were just streaming in the office earlier too. So Spotify, all the places.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Cool,
man.
man.
Thanks for coming on the show. It's great to connect with you.
This has been a huge blessing and an honor.
Yeah.
So,
Dude,
thank
good
you
stuff,
so
man.
much.
Keep it
Thank
up.
you.
You're doing great.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Hidden City. We hope you discovered something about Oak Cliff that you didn't know. If you enjoyed the show, I hope you subscribe to it on YouTube and then follow us on any of the podcasting platforms. Also, if you enjoyed it, please share with a friend. And thanks so much for tuning in.